Learning is the fact that you are able to even defend what you learn and you're able to apply it even when you are faced with different situations where you need to apply it. All right, the session will start now. Our speaker is here in person of Covenant Olusegun. All right, can we all welcome our speaker? Can we just show our reactions? Can we all hear me? Can we all hear me? Please, if you can hear me, can I see your eyes in the comment? Yes, eyes in the comment. I'll be in the chat rather. So I'd like to say a very big welcome and good afternoon to everybody here. Today we are going into Power BI case study and questions and answers. So I trust we have prepared lots of our questions. Today, a brief introduction about myself. I am Akinwumi Esther Toluwanimi, and I'm a participant, or let me say last year I was a participant of Analytics Corpers Workshop 2.0, and that was last year. And I can tell you that it's been a sweet ride. My very first attempt at data analysis was at that time. Yeah, it was at that time. And since then, it has been a sweet ride, learning, learning. And I got to discover quite even a number of things that I've done. Can we all see my screen? Can we all see my screen? Can we all see my screen? Hey. All right. Oh, like I was saying, I was a participant and I enjoyed the goodness of Analytics Corpers Workshop last year also. And going into that, I would just love to is Covenant Olusegun, and is a BI analyst and a trainer at D Brown Consulting. He's a trainer at D Brown Consulting. Yes, he's a Microsoft certified Power BI data analyst, a Microsoft certified Power Platform functional consultant. He has trained over 2,500 top executives across industries in the areas of Power BI, Excel, advanced presentation skills, and mastering data for information and productivity. So I can see that we can all see from here that our presenter for today is loaded. All right, without wasting much of our time, can we all welcome Covenant Olusegun, our speaker for today? Can we all welcome him? Can we all welcome him with a round of applause? Let him know he's welcome. That means us. All right, sir. You have the floor.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for that warm welcome, Esther. Please, can we all confirm in the chat that we can hear me clearly? Good afternoon, everybody.
Yes, we can hear
Good
you very well,
afternoon,
sir.
Temitope. Okay, thank you very, very much. All right, so thank you so much for that warm welcome, right? So before we get started with today's Q&A and of course the review session, I just want to know how we are all doing. How has been the workshop so far? Let's type in the chat. How has the workshop been for you so far? I hope it has been interesting, probably a bit challenging. How has it been for you so far? Let me just share your thoughts for me in the chat. How was the workshop? been for you so far? How has it been for you so far? Let's type in the chat. We are currently 45 on the call. So I'm expecting more responses in the chat. How has the workshop been for you so far? Yeah, we're not sharing. There's no screen being shared. There's no screen being shared. No screen being shared. Okay. Mumina says it has been challenging, but interesting and competitive. Interesting. Okay. Lawal, it has been interesting and educating, interesting, mind engaging and challenging. All right. Thank you very, very much. Let me see. It has been helpful, interesting, and you are grateful for the opportunity. That's Adewale. It has been challenging. Okay. It has also helped your mind. Amazing and educative. It has been awesome, inspiring, engaging. Okay. Thank you all so much for for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very, very much. Okay, so without wasting so much of our time, because we have just 1 hour for this session. So I would want us to just dive right into what we want to do today. So, but the first thing we want to talk about this afternoon is, so while you were, working on the project, or let me put it this way. So during this series of the Power BI learnings, we've looked at, data preparation, we've looked at modeling, we've looked at writing how to write your DAX. We've also looked at the visualization as well, right? All of those different concepts when it comes to working with Power BI. So I just want to know, which of this concept would you say you are currently still struggling with, right? Which one would you say you're still struggling with? Is it the data preparation part, maybe your data cleaning part, how to model your data? Is it the DAX part? Is it the visualization? Which of these parts would you say you're still struggling with? Okay, so I can see John's response. John is saying measures. Measures. I believe you're talking about DAX there. So let me get more of our responses in the chat. Which of this part would you say you're still struggling with? Okay, so I'm seeing so many so many responses with DAX. Okay. Tawakalitu, I'm still struggling with the data cleaning. The issue is I picked up another data cleaning, but I could okay. I get it. I get it, Tawakalitu. DAX. Okay. All right, all right, all right. So out of these people that are saying DAX, I don't know if okay, someone is also saying data cleaning. So I don't know if someone would mind unmute. Maybe let me just let's say it this way, because you might not be able to unmute, right, without us giving you the permission to actually speak. So I just want just one person to use the raise hand icon. Just one person to use the raise hand icon. I want to hear from you. Which part of DAX are you still finding difficult? Is it the entire part of DAX that you were taught? Or what when you say DAX? Because DAX is quite broad, right? So what part of DAX would you say you're still finding very difficult? So if you don't mind, can someone just use the raise hand icon so that we can give you the permission to speak? Just one person, just one person. Just use the raise hand icon. Just one person. So many people wrote DAX in the chat, but nobody wants to raise up their hand. Just one person. Use the raise hand icon so that you can be allowed to speak. Okay. Okay, I can see what's it called in the chat already. A question from Abdulatif. You have a question, so you want to assume that you have a column that needs an aggregation, sum or average. So why do you need to write a measure DAX when Power BI can automatically do that for you? So the thing is this, right? When we talk about measures, writing measures, right? So we have two types of measures, right? So you have the explicit and then you have the implicit measures, right? Explicit and implicit. So basically, the explicit measure is that what's it called now? That Power BI has already done for you, basically, right? While the implicit is the one that you do yourself, basically. So the fact that the one that Power BI has actually done for you, there are limitations with how far you can use them, especially when you still want to maybe write your variances, you still want to write your filter or time intelligence measures, right? You cannot use those measures that Power BI has done, those aggregations that Power BI has done for you automatically. You can't use them for further calculations, right? And that is why you actually have to calculate your own implicit measures, right? I don't know if that is clear. Abdul Latif, I don't know if that is clear. Okay, so for Lawa, you're saying the variant part for me, although I don't know if there is another part I am not aware of yet. Okay, that's fine. So I think what is important is just taking it a step at a time, right? A step at a time, basically. So you can't learn all of that in a week, right? You can't learn all of that in a week. So I think it just comes with majorly practicing, right? You practice, with practice you get better. Right. So, of course, there are several documentations on DAX as well, right? For those of us that use MLearn, yeah, the documentations on DAX, and even Adewale himself also has, some videos on how to learn DAX and all that as well. So, but what I just said is practice, 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 practice. So, you can't learn DAX in a week, right? The more you work on projects, the more you build projects, the better you get at actually applying the concept of data analysis expression, right? So since nobody wants to admit, I don't know why we are shy this afternoon. So let's just type in the chat. Let's ask questions, right? Let's ask questions before we take a look at the project that we've done so far. I want us to ask questions. Let's ask questions. So far, while working with Power BI, while doing your project, what are those questions that you have? What are those challenges that you faced? Let's type in the chat. And of course, like I said, if you want to speak, please use the raise hand icon. If you want to speak, use the raise hand icon, then you'll be allowed to speak. I want to take questions, please.
All right. I think there is a question here yet. Okay, well, should I say I'm throwing it open to the people that have done their project?
Okay.
Okay, so somebody reached out to me and she told me about, okay, she was doing the project, and during the course of the project, she saw that she was having issues, like she was not having the same figures as that of the one in the video Mr. Adewale
In
posted
the
on
video.
YouTube.
Okay.
Yes, the one in the video. So she was trying to figure out, at first I thought it was an issue of data cleaning, and I told her to follow the steps in the video, which she did.
Okay.
I had to take up the data and clean myself too, so that I would know what exactly the problem is. I now discovered that it looks like the data in a way has an error, like that is the one he uploaded, probably, but he made mention of it in the video that he had made some adjustments.
Yes, it did.
So, but now I discovered that a lot of people that did the project, upon checking what was done, a lot of people had different values.
Okay, for which of the calculations, is it with respect to which of the calculations, which of the
When they
DAX
were
measures,
trying
which one?
to visualize, when they were trying to, during the visualizations, there are some of the, okay, take for instance, when they were showing the, in the video, Mr. Adewale got
Okay.
27K as total number of units sold. But upon using that particular data, we got 107K.
That same data.
Yes, that same data. So I was wondering how maybe others discovered, or maybe they just continued following, maybe they didn't pay attention to the values he was getting in the video. Some of it tallied, while some did not. So
So
I
why
really
some did
told
not?
her that possibly today we'll be able to get to the root of that. But I figured that it was not a problem of data cleaning.
Okay, because the data itself is actually clean, so you don't necessarily have to clean any data.
Yes.
The data you're working with is already clean. So, all right. So, do you know precisely the person that has had that issue? Is the person on this call today?
Cynthia, are you here on this call?
Okay, so and I can actually see a response from Abdulatif in the chat. So Abdulatif is saying it's most likely an issue of slicer. So it's possible a year was selected and she did not unselect that year. So maybe that is why it's a bit different from what Adewale has on. Because the videos actually follow through. They are what's it called? It's a step-by-step guide. So in most cases, if you don't have the same value, right? The same value as what you have on his videos, that means you probably made a mistake at your own point, at your own hand. So, and from what I can see from everybody's in the chat here, most people are pointing to the fact that it might just be a slicer issue. So that's what she needs to check. I don't know if Cynthia can hear me. So just try and check your slicer selection again. It's possible you had probably selected 2021 or selected one of the years and you did not unselect, and that's why the selection is slicing down your parameters. Okay, so that might just be it. So just you check that and get back to us, Cynthia. I can see your response in the chat already. Okay, so Mumina, you're finding it difficult to create Microsoft Developer. You've used normal email. Yes, you can't use normal email. You can't use normal email. Okay, you've also tried every YouTube and all the steps. Okay, that's fine. So I think I'll just speak to the organizers after today. So most likely, I think for the past few months now, it's been a bit difficult to get for people to create Microsoft developer accounts, right? It's been a bit difficult. So we'll see if we can find a way around it, and we'll get back to you. This is to Mumina now. So please, I don't know if you can take note of that extra, so that if you can remind me after the session, right? So we can probably get a walkthrough on how to get that done. Okay.
All right,
so
sir.
please, can we get? Thank you very much. So can we get more questions? Can we get more questions, please? More questions in the chat. In fact, I prefer to even hear from people. Okay, so I can see Rashida, you have your hands up, right? So I don't know if you want to allow Rashida to speak, please. Can Rashida speak?
Okay, I would make her speak and I'm coming. Just let me make her a presenter. Rashidat, right?
Okay. Yes, Rashidat. So, and then while we are waiting for Rashidat, please, for those of us that have done the project, I would also like for us to use the raise hand icon. I would like to take at least maybe 4 or 5 presentations, right? At least 4 or 5 presentations today before we call it today. I like to see what we've done. The fact that it's a guided project actually makes it a bit easier, I think, to a large extent, right? So I just want to see what we've done so far, right? So if you have yours done already, once you have your hands up, you would probably be asked to share your screen so that we can see what you've done. All right. So are we giving Rashida this thing to speak? Because I can't hear her speaking.
Okay. Oh yeah, Rashidat can speak now.
All right, Rashida, you can speak now.
Okay. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody.
Yes, good afternoon, Rashida.
Okay. Yes, I firstly wanted to speak on the question that was asked by Cynthia. It's the slicer, as you said, because I faced the same issue and I realized I missed a point where you changed the date and back. And another thing is people that were having issues with, I can't find this map, I can't find this, I can't find it. You have to understand that the video was recorded some months back. And as we were told in class that my Power BI is updated every month. So probably the one we are using now is the updated version. So you have to go to the global settings and add some of the features that were not showing on your canvas. So that is that. Now my question about DAX is where I'm having issues with DAX is where we have this complex, I call it complex structure. I find those ones that you just have to use maybe 1 or 2 formulas very easy. But we now have to combine so many, like in the videos, we're doing time, we're doing months. There was a point where combining so many, I got a little bit confused. But from what you just said, and I realized, okay, by the time I keep practicing, I'm going to get used to it. Yeah. So the other question I wanted to ask was about some of the dashboard that I hidden or I don't know how to put the English, hiding some of the dashboard. Will it show when we post our link to social media? Like when I publish to my workspace or the general workspace, will some of
Will what
the
show?
Worksheets, yes. Like if I have 6 worksheets open and I decide to
Okay.
hide 2 of them, when I publish, will the 2 hidden worksheets be
By
shown
worksheet,
to others?
you
Yes.
mean pages, right?
Yes,
On your
pages,
Power BI
yes. My
desktop.
Canva pages, yes, yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
since you've hidden it and you publish, it's not going to be shown. So in most times when you publish, right, after you've published, you'd actually be asked. Sometimes you'll be asked if you want, because after publishing, for example, now let's say that particular link that you've published, you still want to give out that link as well. There's a way you can embed the report link. Maybe you want to share just the link alone. You want to embed it as a public website or something.
Live data.
You'll still be
Yes, sir.
hacked. Yes, you'll be hacked if you want the pages that you've hidden to be viewable by those you are sharing it with, right? So once you publish, it's not going to show, since you've hidden it from the desktop already. Do you understand?
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So let me.
Thank
all
you,
right, that's fine. So let me just quickly speak to one of the things that Rashid had said, and that is the some of the should I say the shape? Is it the shape map now that some people said they cannot see? So the truth is the shape map is a preview feature, right? So there's an option called preview feature. If you go to your Power BI and you go to options and settings, right, you will find a place called preview features. So when you click on the preview features, you have to select shape map visual, right? You have to select shape map visual for you to be able to work with. In fact, let me see if I can share my screen. Can I share my screen, Esther?
Yes, sir, you can.
Esther, I can share my screen,
Yes,
right?
you
Okay, so
can.
let me
I've
just
made
let
you a
me
presenter.
share my screen so you just go to the preview features and then you activate or you click the shape map visual for you to be able to have access to that particular visual. If you don't tick it, it's not going to show up among your visualizations elements. It won't show up there. All right, so let me quickly, let me see if I can share my screen. Okay. So can we see my screen? Can you see my screen, Esther?
Yes, we can. You are
All
on
right. So
RBI desktop.
yes, Power BI desktop, exactly. So once you go to the, what's it called now? You go to your file, when you go to your file, you go to options and settings, you go to options. Then under these options here, once you click on options, there's going to be what do I call it now? Like a dialog box that comes out. So this dialog box, then you come to your preview features. So this is the very first preview feature you find here is the shape map visual. So if you don't have this ticked, if you don't have it ticked, you won't find it among your visualization, what do you call it, element. Now you won't find it there. So for as many of us that are having those issues, just take note of that, please. All right, that's fine. So I can see that Salahuddin, you have your hand raised. I don't know if we can allow Salahuddin also speak. Salahuddin.
Yes, you can speak now. Salahuddin can speak
Salahuddin,
now.
please, she can unmute and speak, please. Salahuddin, you can unmute and speak.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon.
So first of all, I want to say very big thanks to everyone. This journey has been amazingly well. So initially, I wanted to answer the question that Cynthia brought up, that many people are getting different values.
Different
So in the
values,
video, it happens to all of us. But in the video, you have to pay attention to details, because in the
Okay.
slicer, we have two slicer, most especially in the product page for the first time. So he click on it takes some, what's it called, in the slicer, it takes some retailers and in the year slicer, so it narrowed down to a particular month. So if you don't pay attention to all those slicers, so you'll be getting different answers. At a point, I have to like sit down, check the video very well, check what I've done,
Okay.
and I now discover that in the retailer slicer, so a particular retailer was tick, and in the year slicer, a particular year was marked. So when you pay
Post mark.
attention
Okay.
to all the details there, so you are going to get it. So the data is very okay. So there is nothing happen with it. And the only thing I'm having issue with is the DAX. Although I understand DAX, when it comes to like Frita, low context, and some others, when it's getting more complex. So
More
it is
complex.
on the
Yes.
video that I try to understand all those variants year on year, month on month. So
Yes. Yes.
I understand that. So I, like you said, with times with practice, we are going to get to know it better. So that is all.
Absolutely.
So it's very understanding and educative. In fact, I
All right.
even
Thank you
like the
very much for that.
tutorials and every other stuff.
Thank you very much. The
Thank
honest
you
truth
very
is,
much.
thank you very much for that, Salaudin. So the honest truth is, you see that video that we were given access to on YouTube, right? That's one of the, I don't know the word to use now, but it's one of the best videos you could actually watch when it comes to working with Power BI, right? That's like you building an end-to-end project, right? Using Power BI from the very scratch to the end, right? So I feel we don't appreciate Mr. Adewale enough really for for what he does basically. All right, so I still want just one more question, if any. Just one more question before we take a look at some of the things that we've done so far. So while we're waiting for more questions, let me just also speak to the fact that we have a number of challenges that you could also involve yourself in. For as many of us that use LinkedIn here, I feel we would have probably heard of Moving Analytics challenges, Onyx challenges, so many challenges that that are done bi-monthly, right, on LinkedIn. So you could actually get yourself involved in some of these challenges, not more than 2 if possible, because the moment you start involving yourself in more than 2, it becomes a bit too much, right? So maybe just 1 or 2, and even if it is 2 projects in a month, right, and you keep working on all this, with time you see that it just gets easier. It just gets easier. It just gets easier. So one thing I can tell you for a fact, and I've said it earlier before, is that you can't learn DAX in 1 week, right? And of course, DAX functions are quite much. So, and in most cases, you can only learn the ones that are actually applicable to you, right? There's some DAX functions that you may never use till maybe 4 or 5 years. You might never get to use them. So you have to just learn the ones that are actually applicable to you. Basically, that's just what I would say to that, right? So right now, let's quickly talk about the project really. So how many of us have actually submitted? How many of us have submitted? How many of us on this call right now have submitted? You've done it and you've submitted. Please use the raise hand icon. Please use the raise hand icon, please. You've submitted, you've done it, you've submitted. Please use the raise hand icon. Please use the raise hand icon. All right, so I can see Jimo has a question in the chat here. So while you were watching Mr. Fatai Sani's class, he used the combo chart, line and bar chart precisely, but you couldn't find it in your own Power BI. So you wanted to know if you couldn't find it because it's a different version to is, or what could. So when you say it's a different version, I believe this is me speaking to Jimo now. Your Power BI, is your Power BI not up to date? Your Power BI not up to date. For the combo chart, line and bar chart, it is always available in Power BI. I don't think it's not a custom visual, right? It's available in Power BI. It's available in Power BI. It's called let me see. So we have two types of combo visuals. We have the line and stacked column chart, and we have the line and clustered column chart. I can actually see it right now on my visual. So if it's not on your visual, most likely you're not using the updated what's it called? Updated Power BI desktop, right? So that is me speaking to Jimo now. Jimo, please confirm if your Power BI is up to date, right? It's up to date, right? Okay, I'm not sharing my screen. Okay, let me share let me share my screen. Sorry. Let me share my screen again. So for those of us that currently have our hands up, please get ready to share your screen, please. I would like to see what we've done. I would like to see our project, please. I'd like to see our project. So these are the combo charts here. If you can see my screen, Jimo. These two charts here. So this is the first one, the line and stacked column chart, this first one. And then we have the second one, right? Line and clustered column chart as well. So that those are the two combo charts. But if the chart is not, it doesn't look like this, then you could just go to your get more visuals option to check if it's available under the app source market. Maybe that's where it is. But I have a feeling this is, it's either one of these two. These are the two combo charts that you have as standard visuals in Power BI. So you just check again, Jimo, please, and let me know if you can see it now. Okay. So for Salau, you after creating the product page, you notice that the sliders is not working for the images. It only worked for the rest visuals. It's not working for the images. So I would most likely need you to share your screen so that I can probably understand what the problem is. That is, this is me speaking to Salau now, right? So please what's the name? Esther, please just help me take note of Tawhid Salau. I'd like to speak to this person after this class if possible, so I get to know what the major problem is. Yes. Let me see. Okay, Salahuddin, I've submitted today and I've also posted on LinkedIn. Okay, but I've not seen. Okay, so Salahuddin, when you posted, was it only Mr. Dewale you tagged, or did you tag myself and other previous speakers as well, so that we can take a look at it and probably give you comments, right? So you might want to do that when you. So I think I should also speak to that as well. That when you do this project, it's really important that we learn to put ourselves out there, right? Do this project, post it on LinkedIn, post it on Twitter, tag people, right? Tag people. You don't know who is actually watching. You don't know who is watching. You might probably get gigs. You might even get a recruiter reach out to you based on what you've done, right? So let's not shy from putting ourselves out there, please. It's really important. Okay. So, Jelly, I can see you have your hand raised, Jelly. So please, do you want to share your screen? Let's see what you've done. I need somebody to just share their screen and walk us through what they've done. So Jelly, do you want to share your screen? Jelly, do you want to share your screen? Do you want to share your screen? Your battery is low, but you have a question. Okay, so ask your question, please. Please, Esther, can you please allow Jelly to
Yes,
share
allow
to
Jelly
speak? Okay, so Rashida,
speak.
can you? Okay, Rashida is ready to share screen. So let Rashida share screen while Jelly speaks, please. Rashida, you can share your screen.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, so Jelly, let's share your question. Yes, good afternoon, Jelly.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for the class. The assignment was really insightful and I was able to learn a lot of things. The DAX was a major problem for me, but like you said, I will have to like go back to read more. The question I have is concerning the percentage changes we did, where we did conditional formatting. I noticed that when I use slicer, it's supposed to give us for the positive sign, it's supposed to give us green, and the negative will give us red. But at some point, it was like the negative was still showing green, the positive was still showing red at some point. Like it was just somehow mixed up. So it was confusing.
So
And I said
it
I
was
was
looking
going
like
to
the slicers were not really slicing, right? So some
like
positive values were probably still showing red instead of
minus.
green.
Yes, that's right.
Right.
Yes.
So what I would just say to that majorly is, based on exactly what Adewale did on his videos, you followed through with every single thing he did, right?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and
everything.
These issues you have while you were slicing down, because I don't think Adewale would have had those issues as well on the video. So it's most likely has to do with how you did your condition. I mean the conditions you gave, right? That's what I'm thinking would most likely be the problem. The
Okay,
conditions.
because I noticed that, sorry, sir, I noticed that in his like in his page, there was
Yes.
one that was, I think it was 2 point something, and it was still red. That's when I also noticed I had the same problem.
2 point something, and it was red. And on his own screen, was it
Yes,
red as well?
yes, it was showing red instead of green. I don't
Okay,
know
I just
if
think
there's something to be done.
it's an issue with the conditionals, right? It's an
Oh,
issue with the
okay.
conditionals. Yes. So let me just
Okay.
what I'll do now is I'll just note your name. That's Jelly, and I think I have the first person as well. That is just Salaudin now.
Tawid, yes. Tawid
Yeah. So
and
yeah.
Jelly.
So I would reach out to you guys privately. Don't worry. Just take a look at what those
Okay.
issues are.
Okay. Thank you very
Yes,
much. Thank you.
that's fine. Okay. So Rashida, please share your screen. We have just 20 minutes left. Rashida, please share your screen. Rashida, can you hear us? Please share your screen. You're welcome, Kelechi.
Yeah,
You're
I've
welcome. I
allowed
can
her
see you
to be
said you're
able to
just
use her
joining.
mic now.
She said she does not have permission to share. She needs to
Oh,
share. She needs to share, not just speak alone. Okay, so
okay.
for Gmon, you said
Okay.
your Power BI runs very slow and you have a lot of space on your PC. So sometimes I don't really think it's about space, right? I don't think it's about space. I think it's about the RAM. Is it the RAM they call it now? Let me see. Is it RAM they call this stuff? Let me confirm the because it's not just the space alone. It's more than space. Let me confirm what this stuff is called. Let's see. I think it should be RAM. Yeah, it's about exactly that's what I was saying. RAM. So it's the RAM. So you might want to check the RAM. You might want to check the RAM of your system. So it's not the space. The space you might have 200 and something space, but if the RAM is very small, right? Even the system itself will be slow, right? Not just Power BI alone, right? So take my RAM is I think 16 gig or so, right? So I think I have quite enough RAM. So you want to just check the RAM. I think it's a RAM issue. Okay, so Rashida, we are waiting for you. Okay. So is this your Power
Okay.
BI itself, or this is just a picture? Because I'm saying is
Uh,
this a
um,
screenshot?
um, this is a screenshot. The issue I have with sharing my Power BI is I'm using Mac. So I'm running a virtual machine
Okay.
now. It's pretty slow and frustrating. So this is my live
Okay.
Power BI, if you can see it right now. So this
Yes, I can see it, yes.
project, okay, this data is a 4-page data analysis. We are looking at the Adidas US sales analysis products. So in this first page, it's like our dashboard. So on this dashboard, we have links to the other dashboards that we have prepared. So we have the
Okay.
products page, we have the deep insights page that gives us more details about the data, then we have the trend analysis. So on this other side, we have the map by region. So what I did was to add the toolkit, which when I navigate or hover through this, it shows the details. But because it is lagging behind, because it's Mac, it's not showing right now.
Okay.
But the moment I put my mouse on it, it brings it, and that is what we are seeing. We could see on the screenshot the other time. So the second page is the product page. But I don't know if it's going to load because it's pretty frustrating, you know. So it doesn't load.
I think
use
one thing
the
I would just sorry, just one thing. I think I like the fact that you did not really use, basically everything Adewale did. Like the pictures, I can see your pictures are quite different.
Yes, sir.
The pictures are quite different. The colors are everything. I like that you actually, you did your own thing basically, right?
Thank you,
I think
sir.
that I think that's really nice, really really nice.
Thank
But
you, sir.
I'm really hoping this page loads so that we can see.
Yes,
It's still rolling.
it takes forever. It frustrated me a lot, I must say.
So let's see the pictures then, the screenshots that you took.
Okay. Let me. No.
So Jimo,
We have.
if your RAM is 3 gig, right? People usually they buy RAM, so you can always just buy additional RAM. There's a way they do it. I don't know how they do it. Right? You could speak to some computer engineers. They buy RAM, they add additional RAM to your current existing RAM, right? You can buy maybe additional 3 gig or something to make it 6 gig. So you might want to do your findings about that. All right, go on, Rashida.
Okay, so this page is the trend analysis page. So what we have here,
Okay.
we have a slicer here that shows the different sales method. Of course, we have people that are going to order online. We have those that are going to walk into the store, and we have some outlets. So this is what we have here. Then on this, we have this card that shows like the total sales. This is per year, and that is why we have this PY here. Now, the percentages we are seeing here is the improvement compared to the previous year. So this PY means previous year. So total years that we have now, when we compare it to the previous year, we can see there is a 1,095% increase in sales.
Okay, I can see that you have
your
as at the time you screenshotted this, you had the retailer selected. I mean, Sports
Yes,
Direct
I have the
as
Sports
retailer
Direct.
selected.
That's correct, sir. That's correct.
So
Yes,
this is
I have
only
the Sports
showing
Direct.
value for just the Sport Direct.
Yes. But for the year, I didn't check. So I'm using both 2021 and 2022. So I didn't select any month or so. This is for the year. So this is what we have here.
Can I
And
ask you a
this
question?
table.
Can
Yes,
I ask
sir.
you a question? So what inspired your color? Why the black background?
I just love. I'm just fascinated with the dark dashboard. Actually, since I started, I never had any idea about dashboard. So analytic extra is my first port of call to introducing this to me. So after the class, I started, checking more on YouTube, and so I got inspiration by looking at the dark dashboard and all.
Wow, interesting. Really
That's
interesting. Well done. I think I really love what you've done so far. Really
Thank
love
you
what you've
very
done
much,
so
sir.
far. Really.
Quite
So I don't know if we can
that
get
only dark background and what I've seen so far. Like the first thing I like, it just caught my attention. Very first time I saw it when she posted it on the WhatsApp.
very interesting. Wow.
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
I don't know if I can get someone that currently that has their what's it called? I want to see a dashboard that is a bit more like what I mean by that is interactive. You are sharing the Power BI this in itself.
Yeah,
So I don't know if there's anyone that has that right now. But thank you so much, Vachi. That I must say
welcome,
excellent work, really.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent work. Well done. And you submitted too, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right. So do we have anyone on the call at the moment that has their Power BI open and wants to share, just as Rashida has done?
Okay, I've enabled them really one.
Okay, really one. All right.
I don't know if you're ready for us, really one.
Really one, are you ready for us? Really one, are you ready for us? Okay, if everyone is not ready, what about Olajumoke or Lalere? We are currently about let me see. About almost 60 on this call, actually, almost 60. So I'm actually expecting more people to have done this already and that they've already submitted. All right, so I'm expecting more hands to be up actually. But right now I can only see that 2 people have their hands up, right? And as for Eunice, I can see that you are alien. Eunice and Lawa, you guys are alien, Rashidat. What about yours? Have you done yours as well? Right. Okay. Can we see what you've done? Okay. Olajumoke says she can't share her screen, but she has questions. Okay. So you can speak, please. Can we allow Olajumoke speak? Olajumoke speak rather. So really one, please, we are getting ready for you. Please, let's see your screen.
Olajumoke can speak now.
Hello, good evening. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, Olajumoke.
Yeah, this is Alajumoke. I've actually done my project. First of all, let me thank you for your time and taking your time to explain what is not clear to us. You are really inspiring, both you and other mentors and Mr. Dewale. May God continue to bless you up. Yeah, I'm actually done
Thank
with my
you.
project. I'm done with my project, but I can't share my screen because my system is down. Now, the questions I have is when I was calculating, when I was doing my visuals, I have some challenges, especially when creating I think the first page, and which was when I
Okay.
was calculating, when I was mapping the years. So when I did the filters, my filters was showing blank. That is when it comes to months. So I wanted to plot the
Okay.
graph by the right hand. I don't know if you can help me share your screen so I can use and explain what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Just 1 minute. Just
Okay, thank you,
one
sir.
minute. Um, okay, so let me know when you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see. Yes, I can
Yes,
see
we
it.
can.
All right. So are you talking about your slicer when we're trying to use the slicer?
Yes, when I was trying to use the slicer. Now this map down here, when I was trying to create it, so using my
The
slicer, when I
map,
was trying to create
you mean
uh,
this chart?
the visuals, yes, this chart down here. When I was trying to
Okay.
create it, as I was clicking on it, instead of the map to read, mine was telling me the month was blank. So,
So what you're
and
saying is when you select the months,
yes,
it's not affecting this or what?
yes, it wasn't affecting it. The graph didn't even plot at all. Like the visual wasn't like that. Just like I picked an empty column. So empty
Yeah, empty
map.
column. Yeah,
Like,
empty. Yes.
yeah, like so the month was showing me blank. So I wanted to ask what could be the reason, and I did tamper with the data. I just did the cleaning as instructed by Mr. Dewale. So I was wondering what could be the problem.
Okay, so one of the first things I think Adewale mentioned, I still think it's still a slicer problem, really. So one of the things Adewale mentioned, right, when he was speaking was that even this particular slicer that you have here, right, is not even supposed to affect this particular chart at all. Because when you have this and you go to your format, if you go to the edit interaction option here, you are
Yes,
supposed to have
yes,
disabled, you're supposed to disable it. So even if you select anything here, it doesn't affect this
yes.
particular chart. I don't know if we all watched the video to that point, right? So I think, and there was a point where he also changed the what do you call it now? The data type, right? The data type because the data type for year was it not in numbers? So you had to change it to text, right? So you might want to also check the data type as well for the month and for the year to see what data type you currently have. However, so I'm going to unselect this now, unselect my month. Let me see. And I would also unselect let me unselect my total units sold as well. So this is a blank area chart, right? This is a blank area chart.
Yes,
So when I select my total units sold and then I select my months, this is what you should have, right? This is what you should have. So I am thinking
sir,
it's also a slicer
sir,
problem. Maybe you had something selected. Yes, go
sir.
on, go on.
This like okay, the slicer was like I haven't even activated the slicer, but just like the way you empty your chart now that you clicked on it again, and this chart popped up like it was already plotted. Mine,
Yes,
anytime I move my mouse over it, it was showing empty month blank, blank, blank.
month blank blank. All right, so I would also need to take a look at what you've done as well, right? Do you have your laptop
Though
with you as of now?
no, my laptop is down, but I'm done with my project because I had to abandon this one, then now start all over again. So that one that is showing me blank is still there. Then I
Okay.
started another one afresh again, and I've completed it. but I want to know what could be the source of the problem.
Exactly. So the thing is this, we need to we need to learn not to so I like the fact that you want to learn, right? So even though you've done it, you've done it at one side and it worked, you're not neglecting the fact that you are still seeing blanks in the previous one means. So, and from what I have here, this one is actually working perfectly fine. So what I'm trying to now drive at is that I need to take a look at what you did the previous one. Take a look at your data itself. Most likely, I would probably go to the table view to see what you have, right? So I'm thinking it's probably an issue from. So for your DAX, you just use the calendar DAX that Adewale use now, right? You just copied and pasted. Is that not what you did?
Yes, that was what
That's
I
what you
did.
did, right?
Yes.
So I most likely would also have to add your name as well to the list of people I would speak to after this class. Right. So I would reach
All
out
right,
to you guys and so I can take a look at what you also have. Do you
all right,
understand?
thank you, sir. Also, last
Yes.
questions. I
All right.
can see that on this
Let's go
your
on.
this visualization side, I can see that you have more visuals there, then more icons. So, like, is it that your Power BI is the latest version, or what? Then how can
Okay,
we
you mean this?
upgrade? Yes, this
You
visualization
mean
side, the
this?
icon. Yes, yes.
Okay. But I have more visuals.
Yes, you have more
Is that what you're saying?
visuals.
Okay,
Yes.
so I have more visuals because I have imported. I went to get more visuals. So when I get more visuals, so this picture that you have, these are like your standard visuals, right? So you can actually go to get more visuals to based on what we saw in the video, right? You could get more visuals. So I've actually gotten more visuals, and instead of
Okay.
just getting those visuals, I added them to part of this other visual. So that's why they are here. So after I got like for this simple image that we got, for example, now while we're doing the project, when you right click on it,
Okay.
can you see this unpin this visual? So in most
Yes.
cases, it will be here. It will just sit here. So when you now right click and then you pin to visualization pane, it will come to the main, what's it called itself. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Do you get what
Yes,
I'm saying?
sir.
So
Yes,
that's it.
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
most of these visuals,
Then
they
also,
are not standard. Go on. They're not standard visuals.
last question is, okay, sir, how can we be like, now that I've downloaded my Power BI, and since Power BI used to release new updates every month, how can I be updating it? That's one. Then now, because I can't sign in presently, I don't have a developer, then my school mail is not working.
It's not going to work.
So how can I be upgrading it?
All right, so first thing first is earlier I showed us how to go to the preview feature. I don't know if you saw when I was showing that. Did you see when I was showing that?
Yes, yes,
All
I
right, so
see.
most times when you have new Power BI updates like that, most times they don't just give those updates and then you have them readily available on the desktop. They come in preview, right? Preview. So you have to go to the preview option to activate it before you can have access to it. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So you have to go to your
Yes, sir.
file option, you go to the options and settings, then you activate. So when you go to your let me just wait for a minute so that the option can pop up. So you go to this preview features here. So most times there are the new updates that they have, you will find them here under these options here. So you have to now select that particular option. Once you select it, you restart your Power BI desktop and then you have the option available to you. Right, and sometimes the option itself, take for example, this is our dashboard query view, for example, now. It was formerly part of the preview features, but now it is now generally available, and that is why you have it here. And it is no longer under preview features now, but it is now here. Right, so most times when they have new updates like that, they are always under preview features. So you have to go and select and activate them from the preview features before you can have access to it. Right. So,
All
and
right,
for
sir.
the developer account, like I mentioned before, we'll see what we can do about that. Probably find a more workable video on how you can create a developer account. But in recent months, people have been finding it difficult to actually create a developer account.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Can I use someone else's
Right.
account?
And so there's a way they can. I would actually explore that and let you know. But there's a way somebody can actually add you to that tenant. They can add you to that tenant, and then you can still use your own account, but you'll be using their own privilege, right? So I'll just do more findings and I'll get back to you on that. Yes. But
All
there's a
right,
way
thank you,
you
sir.
can work. Yes. All right.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, that's fine. So like I said, I wanted to see if we could see one more person's project, right? One more person's project. So I don't know if I
actually he wanted to show us his work, and I made him a presenter already.
who is that?
But I don't know if Salahuddin.
Salahuddin, okay. So Salahuddin, do you want to share your screen now? We have just 1 minute, but however, we could extend by maybe 15 minutes. Salahuddin, do you want to share your screen? Okay, so Rashidat, when you download the PDF via Power BI service, the picture of the product page did not load. It says this feature does not support exporting. It's already telling you what the issue is. The visual does not support exporting. That's the issue. So what visual specifically are we speaking to? Rashidat, you can type in the chat. What visual specifically are we speaking to? What visual does not support exporting? I don't know if you can be a bit more elaborate. Let me see. We have quite a number of questions here. Let me see. When creating the dash, I used the dash function and I got an error. Cannot find the base column of daytime in the model, and I couldn't create the table. Okay, so this is for Oluwabusola Balogun. When you were creating the calendar table, you use the DAX function. So for Olubusola and Oluwabusola, right? Let me just say this. So when you wanted to create your calendar table, first thing first is, was it because Adewale has already written the DAX for you, so all you have to do is copy and paste. So was that what you did? That's the first thing I have to ask you, Balogun now. Was that the first thing you did? Did you maybe make any changes, or was it exactly how we gave it to you? Just copied and pasted, you created your new table, and then you pasted, and that was that. That's the first thing you want to ask yourself. And as at the time you downloaded the data, did you make any alterations to that data? Right? That is another question that you want to ask. And another thing is that as at the point of, before you brought in the data itself, you went to Power Query first, right? In Power Query, did you properly choose the correct data type? That is another thing you also want to look at, because if the data type is not set to date, the calendar date, what's it called, is not going to work. If it's probably in test or whatever, it won't work. So those are some of the things that you want to probably look at, right? That's why you couldn't create the calendar date table. This is me speaking to Oluwabusola Balogun now. So please try and check that first. Try and check that first. So let me see. Okay.
If I has his hand raised, probably he has a question.
Yeah, please, you can allow him speak. Allow him speak. Allow him speak, yes. I'm trying to see if we have more questions in the chat.
Speak now.
If I please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually still on this call. Salahuddin, I'm not sure.
If I please go ahead.
You have the floor.
Okay, so while we're waiting for Ifeanyi to speak, so I can see Mumina has a question here. Assuming you use the wrong data set and you are done with designing the home page and product page, is there a way to change the data set without starting all over? Yes, you can change the data set without starting all over if the new data set has the same structure with the previous data set, right? If it is if it has the same structure, right, you can change the data source. You can actually do that. Yes, you can. Without starting all over, you can. You cannot do that. Let me see. When creating a calendar table, I use. Okay, I think I already answered this question already for Balogun. So go on, Ifeanyi. Go on, please.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Okay.
Yes, good afternoon.
While designing my my product page, I observed that my total cell, the percentage is always blur, but others are always
always what?
Like my month-to-month percentage for total sales. it's
Okay.
always dim. Like if I place it on my dashboard, it will dim. It will go behind my it will go behind the total sale, the 90 million total sale logo. But others, the moon to moon, year on year, and are always standing out. Like they are always like sharp, main color that I'm using. So, but only this total cell is always dim. So I've deleted it, I've copied other format. Anytime I paste it on top of the total cells, it will dim, it will go to the back. So I
You
don't
mean
know
the total
what else.
sales card visual, right?
Yes, card visual, yes. The one
So
with
when you put it
percentage.
on top, it goes to it goes behind. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it becomes dim. Yes.
It becomes dim. So have you tried
Yes, but
so for the others are working, right? Why only this one is not working
yes,
as you want it to? All right, so
yes.
have you tried copying and pasting? So the one of the ones that are currently working, right? You click on that particular is it the test now or something? You click on it, you copy it, move that same one to where you have this other one sitting, the one that is not working sitting, move it there and then just change the value. Have you tried doing that?
Yes, as a matter of fact, this one that is dimming, that's the one I copied to all of them. And they are
So
all
that's the one you
okay
even
in
copied to all of them.
other this thing. But this particular cell, yes. So I don't know the
All right.
problem. I've tried. I've
Do you
deleted
have
it many
your
times severally.
do you
Like
have your laptop?
so.
Do you have a laptop open as at the moment?
Yes.
Okay, so I think let me allow you to share your screen so that we can take a look at that.
Okay.
So share your screen. So apologies everybody. The class is supposed to end by 3, right? But this is already 3:05, so we might spend a little bit more time. Just a little bit more time. Let's try and see what Ifeanyi is talking about.
Ifeanyi, you can share your screen now.
Ifeanyi, please
Okay,
share
I
your
can.
screen.
Okay. Can you see my screen now? Like I opened the PDF file.
No, I can't see your screen.
You can see your screen.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. I'm kind of sorry. I'm trying. It's kind of new to me. Sorry.
Okay, Ifeanyi, just to help you, beside your mic, you would see an option share. Once you click on that share option, then you should be able to see
Okay, share option.
screen window or tab. So
Okay.
you'll be able to pick what window you want to share with us.
Okay. So I should click on screen, Abby.
No, not screen. Since you have your work opened already, so you could choose window and then you choose that particular.
Okay. Can you see it now? I've shared it now, so I don't know. Can you see?
No, we can't.
No, we can't see it yet. No, we
Oh,
can't see it yet.
God.
All right, so while Ifeanyi is trying to get that ready, let me quickly say something. This is me speaking to Oluwabusola Balogun now. You said you had issues with creating your date table earlier, so I don't know if you've done what I asked you to do. Right? Have you checked that?
Okay. I
Oluwabusola?
don't know. Can you see it now?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Sorry.
It's coming up.
Can you see the screen now?
It's still blank, but it's coming up. It's just
Still
showing
blank,
black
but
here
it's
at my hand.
Okay.
Okay, we can see your screen now.
You can see now.
Well, I can't see the
Okay.
screen from my hand. Though. I'm sorry. I can't see the screen from my own hand. All I can see is ID.
can
That's all
see.
I can see.
I can see you have your dashboard open. Do you have color green? If I'm right?
Yes, color green.
And
Yes.
yes, on your slides, that women's apparel is clicked. So I can.
I
Yes.
can't. Okay. Do you want to? Can you take a screenshot of? Okay. It just came up now and it has gone already.
Okay. So can you see I'm circling around where I'm having the issue, my pointer.
Yes, I can see your mouse pointer.
Yes, yes. This is
Let me
where I'm having
see.
challenges. This green. See, others are all standing out. Others are standing out, but this particular one, anytime I try, I've deleted it so many times, copied all these ones, but still, I'm experiencing same issue.
No, but this is PDF now. Is this not PDF? This is not Power BI, is it?
This PDF, like I've converted, like on my Power BI, that's how it's displaying. So I just decided to. My system is hanging, so if I open Power BI, it will waste our time. So I
And
just
so the
decided to
truth
use
is
the
that
PDF
the
file.
only way you can resolve this is by going to Power BI. So one option you might want to try out is, one option you want to try out is this. So while Adewale, in the very beginning of the videos that you have, there was a section where he did something like send to back. Do you remember?
Yes, I
There
remember.
was a section where, so you might want to try that here as well. So you click on the card visual itself, and then you use the send to back option. So when you send the card visual to the back, the one with the percentage will be at the front. So that might be one of the options I want
Okay,
to try to see if that works for you. Yes, right. I would have preferred if
okay.
you
I will
had your
try.
Power BI open so that we can speak better to it. But since
No
it
problem.
is
If I
a
try it out,
PDF,
anyhow, see, let you know in the group chat.
just reach out to me. Yes, reach out to me.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Yes,
sir.
reach out
I
to me.
appreciate it.
All right, that's fine,
Okay,
no
sir.
problem. That's all right. So there's somebody in the chat that is saying something about anytime you tick your date box, the time series chart visual is what pops up for line chart. However, when you tick either month or year, the normal line chart visual pops up. How do you solve this in the so it's not a problem, right? It's not a problem. Anything that you tick and a default chart visual pops up, just change the chart visual, change the visual to the one that you want, right? It's not a problem. It's not a problem. So if you choose your month and then you choose month and maybe sales or something, right? And the chart that you are seeing is not what you want, all you have to do is just change it, right? I think it's that simple. It's not necessarily a problem. There's no workaround with respect, right? There are times when you even select it and it's a table visual that will come up and not a line chart or not a line chart. So whatever charts that come up, that's just the default. Then you now change it to the one that you want, right? So I think that's basically it. So our time is actually fast spent, but then I can see that Samuel has his hand up. So I don't know if Samuel still wants to speak. So Samuel is the last person we'll hear from today before we call it a day. So Esther, do you
Yes,
want to allow Samuel to speak?
yes, you can speak now.
Okay, okay. So I
Samuel,
can see that.
Okay. Good afternoon.
All right. Good afternoon.
Yeah,
Samuel.
you were asking earlier if anyone wants to share their live dashboard. So, but the thing is that
Yes.
I've only completed home and the product analysis. I've not completed
The
the
remaining
last
ones.
two. So I don't know. Can I go on to share those ones?
Our time is actually fast spent, anyways.
No.
But then let me see. Share.
All
Let's
right.
see. Share. Let's see.
Mm, Okay. I don't think I have the permission to share.
Okay, Esther, can you please help allow Samuel share as well? Okay, so I can see
All right, I'll move
Oluwabosola
that
is saying she has checked the invoice dates in the test format. Okay, so I think that's what that's just basically it. So the date type is really I mean data type rather is really important. Really important when you're cleaning your data. Okay.
Samuel, you can share your screen now.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So here's can you see my screen, sir?
Yes, I can. Let's start with the home page. Let's go to the home page first.
Okay.
Have you clicked on your home page? Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's lagging behind a bit on my own
Can you
end. Yeah. Yeah, I can see it now. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Can you just over any of the, no, please go back to the home page. Can you over the shape, what is it called? The shape map.
Okay, this shape map.
Yeah, just over it. I want to check something. Okay. All right, that's fine. That's fine, no problem. Just go to the next page. Let's see.
All right, sir.
Okay, men's apparel. Go to your slicer. Let me see something. Your year month slicer. Your year month slicer.
Okay, year months. Okay.
Year month, yes. So when do you have intentions to submit this assignment now? Because I think you were supposed to have submitted since yesterday, right?
Yes, sir. I'm very sorry about that. I actually did video with it too, actually. the way Mr. Dewali said in the video is like under 1 hour we would finish. But I found out I have not even finished till now. So, but I'm going to submit today, sir.
All right, that's fine. So just click January, February. I want to confirm something. Click on January and February. Select January and February.
I'm sorry, it's kind of lagging.
Okay, that's okay. That's all right. So
All right, sir.
what I'm trying to confirm is if your slicer is affecting the area share that you have there. Is it affecting it?
No, I think no, you didn't, sir.
It affected the one at the top, but it didn't affect. I mean, sorry, it affected the one below, but the one at the top is still the same.
Yes,
right?
yes, sir.
All right. So, and is it supposed to do that? Is it supposed to affect the one below?
No. It was when I guess when I duplicated that one, I didn't go to the edit illustration. Yeah.
Okay, the edit interaction option.
Yeah, edit interaction. Yeah, that was where I just noticed now. That was where the issue came from. So I'm going to delete that.
All right, that's fine. No problem. No problem. So I think, like I said earlier, most times when you have guided projects, in most cases you always have the same thing like the video that you've watched. Right. So, and I think that's why I really liked what Rashida did earlier, where she used her own pictures and all that. All right. So, but however, this is also very good. All right. This is also good. Just take note of the what I just mentioned now, the slicer part of it. Right. And of course, you still have about 3 more pages to build. So I don't really see you finishing that in 2 hours. Right.
So
I don't really see you finishing that in 2 hours. It's because you still have to watch the videos first, understand it, right? Before, but that's fine. That's all right. So thank you very much for also sharing, Samuel. Thank you
so much,
also,
thank you,
Rashidat as well. Thank you very much. Okay, so I think just to round up the class, I think I just want to say a few things, right? So this is me just doing a quick recap. So the first thing I want to say is speaking to how to use Power BI, So Power BI it's a bit what's the word to use now? I don't want to say it's quite broad, especially when you speak to DAX itself, right? It's quite broad, right? It's quite broad. And I saw that some people said they were having issues with data cleaning, which is like the basis itself. That is, you have to first clean and prepare your data before you bring it to Power BI and all that. So I think it's really important that we that we place practice, right, over perfection. Let me use that word, practice. So we need to just try as much as possible to imbibe the culture of practicing. We should not finish this workshop and then drop because some people are like that really. Once they are done with this workshop now, that's all. You won't hear, they won't touch Power BI again, they won't touch Excel again, right? So it's really important that if you really want to be very good, especially in this particular space, you need to practice, you need to get better, you need to also put yourself out there as well, right? You really need to do all those things. You need to be very intentional as well with respect to your growth, right? You need to be very, very intentional with respect to your growth. And of course, you can always reach out to us, right? For as many of us that I think I've probably spoken to a number of people already on LinkedIn. So you can always reach out to us if you need help or assistance. Just say you're from, Corper's workshop, right? And your questions and what not to be, given higher preference, right? So that's what I would just say. And of course, I wish everybody the best, right? I wish us all the best. We have a session tomorrow as well, but this is the last session on Power BI, right? This is the last session on Power BI. So I'm wishing us all the best, and I'm hoping I get to see everybody at the top, basically. So that's all from me. Thank you very much for having me today. Thank you very much. So for those of us that I said I'll reach out to, I will definitely reach out to you guys, Jelly, Salaudin, and Ayisat as well. So you guys will hear from me. All right. Thank you very much. Over to you, Esther.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Can we all show our appreciation? We're talking about appreciation to us for today. Can I see you clap, show your reactions, emojis, and all? Really, a big thank you to you, sir. Thank you so much for the insight. It was really interactive, and I do hope the participants were able to pick one or two things that will be applied to our work. And thank you all for staying through till today's session. I'm sorry about the background noise. I'm so sorry about the background noise. Thank you so very much for staying through till this moment. This is the end of the workshop for today, and hopefully we will be able to meet tomorrow for for tomorrow's session. And we are starting the session will be on a new should I say topic now? That will be SQL. Somebody asked how to install SQL, getting a link to doing that. So I would make sure that is sorted today, and hopefully we'll get the recording of this class. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining the call. See you tomorrow. And thank you so much, Mr. Covenant Olusegun. Thanks so much for the help. All right, we can all
Thank you
start to
very
leave.
much. Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
All right. So somebody was asking for my I think that was Aisha. So Aisha, just search the same name, is the same Covenant Olusegun on LinkedIn. Right, Covenant Olusegun on LinkedIn. I don't think there's any other Covenant Olusegun on LinkedIn. All right.
Probably you could just drop a link to your LinkedIn, what's it called, on the WhatsApp page, or possibly I can get it from you and then be able to
Please. I think I will send it to you. I will send it to you. Then you have drop that. Thank you.
All right, sir. Have a nice day, or enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you, everybody. We can start to leave the call. Bye.